So hello folks, I'm getting some really entertaining things in all my classes. In my face-to-face classes, you're supposed to submit a Word document with your changes for this revision that you're doing, but I'm also getting some strange things in the other class too. So I just want to do this for everyone. And if you're going to do a revision in my online class, you'll need some of this also. But if you're not getting credit because you're doing goofy things like giving me just a Google Docs link or something, maybe this will help you a little bit. So I have a Google Doc up here. I've typed out sort of the submitting Google Doc files in a way that I hope is good. I'll edit it if, as I'm going through it, doesn't work right. But basically, the first thing you're doing is just making sure you type your assignment. And there's a previous formatting video that shows you everything about how to do this in Google Docs, in Apple Pages, in Word Online, and in Word Desktop to make everything MLA compliant. So, double spaced, center your title only, have a header in the that has your page number and your name in the top right, and then have the MLA heading in the first 4 lines of the document on the left-hand side. Your name, professor's name, course name, and the date. Make sure you spell your professor's name right. Mine's not hard, but people put an S on it for really goofy reasons. Anyway, when you've done this, what you're going to do is click on File, and then you're going to go down to Download, and you've got some options here. If you need to retain your formatting in a draft, you would choose PDF document. But if you're going to need to retain your comments for a revision, you're going to select Microsoft Word docx. Before I do this piece, let me just go over here and I'm going to put some comments in. So you see what happened when I kind of clicked on my document here, and then I went over here to the side. You can add comments, you can add emojis. I don't know why anyone would want to do that. And you have suggested edits. What you want to do is add comments where you made changes in your draft, and show me what you changed and why you changed it. Was it someone's feedback? Was it you realized that you needed to rearrange something, you needed to cut something? Whatever it is, you just write your comment over here. So I'm going to be really creative and say comment number 1. I'm going to make another one about here, and I'll say that's comment number 2. And so on. So I've got a couple of comments in here now. So if this is the situation that you're in my face-to-face classes right now, this is where you are. What you need to do instead of saving this as a PDF, because that'll lose your comments here, you're going to go to File, you're going to go to Download, and you're going to download it as a Word document. And if you get a chance, which I do here, I'm not sure that you can see it. No, you can't. If you get a chance where it comes up and it tells you, where you're saving it to and you've got a file name, rename your file. I'm going to get out of here right now. You can't see it again because I know that for a lot of you in Google Docs, you don't get this option. So what I would say instead is when your file is the way you want it to be, go up here instead to File and go to Rename. And now rename it something. Maybe you can click up here in the box and call it, I guess I'm going to have to do this, Final Revised Doc, and then whatever the document name is. The reason you want to do this is because in Google Docs, for whatever reason, if you don't name it something where you're absolutely sure what it is, you're very likely to turn in a blank document or just a template document in the online class that you got, that you think that you've saved it as one thing, but it really hasn't. So just save it as something where you're absolutely sure what it is, click Enter to save it, and then go to File. You're going to go to Download now, and you're going to download it as a Microsoft Word document, and you're going to see where it goes. For me, I'm going to make it go into my Downloads folder, which is probably where yours is going to go. So I'll save that. It's been saved. And now what I want to do is go into my Blackboard course. So I'm going to go into the course that I'm working on right now. I'll share this screen instead. And I'm in here as a student. So I'm going to go down to where I need to turn this paper in. If you're online, you're going to have to find it in your lessons and your modules. If you're face-to-face, I've got your projects up here at the top. So I'm going to go here now. I'm going to go to revisions, and I'm going to go to the revision assignment. This is where this lives if you weren't clear on that in class today. So I click on it, and here's what I do next. I'm going to start attempt number 1. So I click on that, and that gets me into the assignment. And then I scroll down to the submission. And then I'm going to click in here, and I'm going to go to the pencil or the paperclip attachment that's right here. Do not copy and paste stuff in here. You'll lose all your formatting, and you won't have any of the comments. But I'm going to go here to attachment, and I'm going to go ahead and show you actually. Here, let me save something, share the entire screen with you. Window, here we go. Share. Let's see if that's going to do it. That's not real helpful. Here, let me do it a different way because I have something that's from the files themselves. Let's see, entire screen. Here we go. That's what I needed. Try it now. Okay, so do you see this? This is where I just saved stuff. And what I want to do, actually, this is not where I just saved stuff. I'm going to have to navigate to it. I told you it was in the downloads folder, so I need to come over here to downloads and see what's here. And you see how I renamed it final revised document, and it's today. I'm going to select it, and I'm going to open it over here on the bottom right. And then it should go into my thing here. I'm just going to save it, and boom, it's there. And now all you need to do is submit it. Do not, once you've saved your file, go and open it up to make sure it's what you want it to be. Because if you do that, then it's going to lose all of the comments that you want it to have. Because I don't even know why it's like that. I just know that when people do that, it gets goofy. So what I'm saying is save it as whatever it is. You can see the comments in your Google Doc. Save it as a Word document, and then you'll be able to see in just a minute whether or not what you did was right. So I'm going to submit it. I can't edit it. That's fine. Submit it. If you want to download this, let me hide that for a second. If you want to download this thing, you can, but I'm not going to bother with it. So now you're in here, and you notice you got start attempt number 2. Well, you don't need to do that yet, but if you do mess something up and you have another attempt, this is what you can do. What you need to do, though, is scroll down all the way to the bottom where it says grading and click submission. So I'll click on that. And then you want to click on attempt number 1 here. It's not graded right now. If it were graded, there would be a grade, a number there, and if there's any feedback, it would be there too. But if you just want to see, did I submit what I intended to, click on attempt number 1 and scroll down. And then let this open. And you see how right now I have comments? That's what I want. If you're doing a revision for me face-to-face, or if we've had a conference and we've talked about this, this is part of what you are asked to do to get credit for a revision. It's not all that you're asked to do, but it's part of it. So if this looks good, it does, then you're pretty much done. Let me go back over here to my Google Doc and make sure that I have all the things that I intended to. Oh, it's still showing. Good. So we're at 11 now. So 2 things at the bottom here for all the love of all that's holy. Do not copy and paste a paper into a submission box or paste in a Google Docs link or a OneDrive link. I know that you have lived in the Google ecosystem forever if you're a recent high school graduate or if you're a dual credit student now. I don't have access to your Google Docs, and I don't work in Google Docs. Maybe I would be awesome if I did, because there's some cool things I could do with that. but Blackboard does not play nicely with Google Docs. It's not an option for you to turn stuff in as. So download it as a Word document, put it in there, and you should be good to go. So I hope this is helpful. If you realize now that you've watched this video that you really went really off the rails with this, check and see if you have another attempt. All you have to really do is go over here to your thing again. I'll exit this, close it right now, and go down to it again to submission. Actually, back out of that. Go back to your thing. If you see that you need to resubmit, go over here to revisions, go to the revision assignment, and start attempt number 2. If you don't have another attempt, then you can't do that. For the major papers online, you can submit other attempts. If it's just that you didn't turn the right thing in to start with, you can do that now. If you want to revise, you have to have a conference with me before you turn in a second attempt. I will ignore all second attempts from people who did not do a revision conference with me to get the full instructions and stuff. You can't just turn in a lightly edited or heavily edited file and have me look at it again. There's specific things you have to do as part of the revision assignment. So, but if it's just, you submitted a link and now you realize that you did it wrong, do an attempt number 2, email me and tell me that it's there, and I will go and clean that up. So I hope this is helpful. If it's not, please let me know. Send me your questions. I'm happy to do another video here whenever y'all need me to do it. So thanks.